Welcome to episode number 4 of the series 8 Steps to Personal Growth. So, today we're talking about empathy and effective communication. Before we do that, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section below. So, it's really important that we also learn how to communicate effectively. Okay, sometimes we find ourselves saying something, and at the end of the day, you're feeling misunderstood. It happens. When you don't know how to communicate properly, sometimes you can say and communicate something, and then other people may misinterpret you because of how you're communicating it. And most of the times, when you feel misunderstood, you have this great need to actually explain yourself, to elaborate yourself even more. And most of the times, these things can lead to friction. So it's really important that for the sake of our relationships, for the sake of our workplaces, and also our general friendships, it's really important that we learn how to have empathy and to communicate effectively. Now, how does communication look like? Communication doesn't only have to do with learning to speak your mind, or maybe saying what you feel, or maybe saying what you're thinking. It also has to do with listening. And so listening is a very important key in communication, because without understanding, you will not know how to respond the right way. Communication has to do with being able to understand yourself and then to explain yourself, but at the same time being able to listen. When you listen, you can also respond properly. The Bible tells us in James that you need to be slow to speak, slow to get angry, but quick to listen. So it's really important that we learn how to actively listen. Active listening has to do with being engaged in the conversation. If someone is talking to you, you have to be able to actively engage with them, being able to nod to what they are saying, to fully understand exactly what their perspective is. It's very important. Most of the mistakes that people make in communication have to do with a lack of understanding of another person's perspective. Once you master the art of listening, you master the art of communicating. Of course, listening is only the first stage, but I feel like it's actually 70% of communication. So once you master listening, you have to also learn how to express yourself well, learning how to use the right words, learning how to actually explain yourself with great understanding. So it's really important. Now, why is this something that has to do with personal growth? This one can limit your opportunities if you don't really master it. It can even affect your relationships. It can affect your day to day life. Being able to communicate can allow you to get opportunities in places where you never thought you could have those opportunities. I have seen people get by in life simply because they are good communicators. I have seen people be selected after interviews because they're good communicators. I've seen people as well lose a job because of a lack of communication. I've seen people demoted because of a lack of ability to communicate with their subordinates. I've seen it happen so many times. Listening is a key to personal growth. At the same time, communicating in general is a key to personal growth. And at the center of communication is empathy. You can't be a good listener without having empathy. Now, I want you to think about a time when you misunderstood someone. What did you learn in that moment when you misunderstood that person? Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Catch you in episode number 5.